Right guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and welcome to Elite Dangerous. We're here on Distant Worlds 2 again. I have jumped ahead a little bit. I did want to do the entire journey on stream. I wanted to show off Thor's Eye and the Lagoon Nebula, which I've bypassed at the moment, but I'm going to head back that way, so don't worry too much. We should see that later on in the stream hopefully, but I'm here at the mining station, Omega mining operation, as you can see right there. So hello Cutlers, yeah, thank you there, appreciate that. That's actually the last clip of the intro there that you see the little ant come in, was done by Commander Watts, so thank you very much for that, in case you're wondering. Hello there everyone on YouTube as well as Twitch. Sergeant Stubby, hey there. Scorpion, nice to see you again. And yes, Elite Dangerous, as you point out there, is on sale on the Humble Bundle right now. So at £10 if you're in the UK for both Elite Dangerous and Horizons. Otherwise £5 each, I think. Hey there, Sergeant Stubby and Trey Harris, great to see you again. What's the name of the ship I'm flying? It's the... Now, what do you mean, what's the name of the ship? The actual manufacturer? And what the model number? That's the Crate Phantom, or the name I've given it is the Ferrous Manus, as you can see on the top right. Hey there, Hero. I'm doing good, thank you. Hope you're okay. Star Striker, nice to see you. Thanks for coming along. Am I in Fleetcom? I'm in Fleetcom, yes. Alright, so yeah, we're going to do a little bit of mining. Now, Frontier have been pretty helpful here. This station is quite a way away from the inhabited bubble, and up until now it didn't have much in the way of mining equipment here. But Frontier have kind of helped out here by outfitting it, and I think it's got a shipyard now as well, which it didn't have previously. I don't know what they're trying to scan. Nice 40k reference. Ah, you got it. Spot on the Primarchs there. Oh, whoa, let's see if we can get docking permission quickly. Yeah, just made that. Yeah, community goal's already at tier 8. It's getting up very, very fast. I think Frontier have added some extra tiers onto this community goal because people were getting through it way too fast, or faster than they were expecting. Hey there, Rex. Where is this, Nikki? This is the Omega Nebula for Distant Worlds 2. You can see there's quite a lot of players around here. The hollow icons there on the radar. So, yeah, this is what happens on Distant Worlds. You get a lot of players out in deep space. Although we're not in deep space yet, not really. But we're probably on the fringes, that's for sure. Right, so let's for those of you wondering, let's have a look at the galaxy map here. So the Omega Nebula right here, a bookmark over there for some reason. These are squadron bookmarks, so we'll have a look what that's about a little bit later on. In fact, we've got quite a few bookmarks dotted around, so I'm going to head back later on to Thor's Eye. Hopefully we can do that on stream, and I want to have a look in the Lagoon Nebula as well. But the last time you saw me, we were around this area somewhere, and Earth is all the way over here, in case those wondering. But we're still in the same region of space. We haven't left any region just yet. We're still on the inner Orion Spur. Tal Aldris, I'm not in open, I'm on a private group. So, yes, mining equipment. Now the interesting thing here, actually first off, let's have a look at the, not commodities market, but missions, the mission board. Keep clicking on the wrong thing there. Oh, come on. My mouse is slightly going off the screen because I'm running in windowed mode here. Right. Okay, so board mission. How come no one can join the Distant World Discord? and Game Private Group. So Maynard, I'm not sure why they've shut it down temporarily, but they're not taking any more applications for the moment. I don't know why that is, but that does seem to be a case. Brian Lucas, thank you very, very much for that. Very kind of you. Thank you. So yeah, out of this station, what you'll see here are 2 community goals. And this is for the construction of a station. The Omega Mining Corporation has requested deliveries of raw materials for a new Orbis starport to be built in the heart of the galaxy. And the idea is to build this near Sagittarius A, which is the supermassive black hole at the centre of the galaxy. The construction of the starport constitutes a part of the ambitious Distant Worlds 2 expedition. Project leader Aramis told the media that Distant Worlds fleet is privileged to be at the forefront of this ambitious industrial and scientific initiative, humanity's first starport in the galactic centre region. Independent miners are invited to deliver shipments of indite, gallite, parasadium, probably said that wrong, and cobalt to the Omega mining operation in the Omega sector. There we go. Now I've already signed up to these. Now you can see the tiers have very quickly unlocked. I do believe that the CG actually started on tier 8. Tier 8 was the highest it was going, but Frontier have since added a few more, just to make sure people have got plenty of opportunity to get in. You can see that there's currently nearly 2,000 contributors to this particular community goal. Now, like with other community goals, there's also a bounty hunting one here to protect the miners. Currently, there's only 336 contributors here, but probably not a lot of people with combat ships out this way. But here's a neat thing. Here's a good thing. I don't know if this station already had a shipyard, but it has now. I'm pretty sure it didn't have previously. Well, that would explain why you couldn't hear me if you had the tab muted there. It does help. Right, so yeah, the shipyard. I haven't mined anything just yet because I haven't been here that long. Now I've got a ship being transferred out. I've got a Vulture which I built previously, hoping that we might be able to find a shipyard out this way. And keep in mind this is a brand new account, so I haven't got many ships or indeed that much money on it. And there's outfit in here. So what we're going to do right now, thank you Exiler, what we're going to do right now is build or outfit this for mining. So Matrix, you need to bring back the ore that they're asking for, or the minerals that they're asking for. I think there was 4 of them listed down the community goal. Yeah, Victor. So you saw my ship being transferred there. It's actually about 15 hours to transfer out this way. It costs 3.5 million to transfer a Vulture, so it'd be increasingly more expensive as you try to ship out larger ships, larger vessels. You won't find a pulse wave scanner. I know. We looked at that. So Frontier have put everything out this way. Unfortunately, there's no stock on utility mounts. So either they intentionally didn't put a pulse wave scanner out this way, or more likely they forgot to do it because they've included all the other hardpoints out here, all the mining ones. We've got mining lasers, abrasion blasters, subsurface displacement missiles, and seismic charge launchers. Now, many of them are not too handy without the pulse wave scanner, so it's a bit unfortunate because there's not one here. But fortunately for me, hopefully other people have been able to do this as well. I did stock up on this previously, and I've got a pulse wave scanner being transferred out. So 13 hours, it might end up getting here a bit late, but yeah, by this time tomorrow we'll have a pulse wave scanner out this way, at least for me. So hopefully everyone else can do something similar. Ryan, thank you very much for that. Appreciated. I'm glad you like the work. Thank you. Glad you like the videos. Very kind of you. Where am I docked? I'm docked at the mining station out here. Omega Mining, I think it was called. Yeah, Dirty, you're right. Anubis, you don't need the pulse wave scanner for this particular community goal. But the same thing is, you probably don't really need the abrasion blaster and all the other tools they've put out this way for the community goal either, do you? Strictly speaking. But they put them here anyway, so I think it's an oversight that the pulse wave scanner isn't actually there. At any rate, what we want to do is go and do a bit of mining. So let's get to it. Let's do some basic outfitting here. Now I'm not going to go all out and get the perfect build for mining. We're just going to go with whatever I can throw together within a few minutes. It doesn't matter too much what we got here. You can see we're slightly overpowered here, but we can soon sort that out. Hey Raptor, thank you very much. So those 4 white minerals they're asking for, materials. One was cobalt. I can't remember the others already, even though I read them out a minute ago. But we'll get to that in just a moment. Unfortunately, they don't sell SRVs here. Let's start from the bottom here. Right, so we're going to keep the detailed surface scanner. The cargo rack. We can store that. We can store the AFMU. And we can store the repair limpet. Your ship integrity was down to 90%, Andy, when you arrived at Omega. You don't actually need to crash into anything for your ship integrity to decrease. That will just decrease over time through natural flight. It's different to the hull damage. The hull should be at 90%, or the hull can still be at 100%. Integrity is something different. Will group mining share the pulse wave scan? I don't think it does. Right, so we want some limpets. So let's get the collector limpets. Let's stick that in there. Some prospectors. And... oh, did I not do that right? What have I done here? Yeah, prospectors. Prospecting limpets. And a refinery bin. Now, as we don't need too many different materials, I'm not going to go for a huge refinery. We just go for the one that I can fit in there. I think we're good to go then, aren't we? Just need some storage. Make sure I don't sell these because that would be really annoying. I haven't done that in there yet. Cargo rack again. Right, so I think that pretty much does it. I've got a reasonable amount of space here. Like I said, I'm not going to go crazy on what we actually need. Alcatraz, you request speak to Frontier about them if it's community driven. I assume you're talking to someone in chat. Oh yeah, you're talking to Ryan. They're asking about the community goal. So yeah, sometimes Frontier create community goals. Other times people from the community, player groups and such forth, request community goals and they submit them to Frontier. And if Frontier agree with them, they set them up. Rad, I'm glad the mining tutorial helped you out there. So my favourite ship at the moment is definitely the Crate Phantom Buzzard. Have we got everything here? I think we have, haven't we? Let's have a look. Yep, we're good. Just Mustn't forget the limpets. Don't forget the limpets. Can store the SRVs for more storage. Good point. There we go. Another 32 units of cargo there. All helps, doesn't it? All adds up. So Exiler, no, there's no news for the next community goal yet. Or no news for the next waypoint, rather, yet. No. So basically, I think they're revealing them week by week. We probably won't see the next one till Sunday. Right, we just want to check here what mining we want, what minerals they wanted, or materials. Harbinger, hello there. There's the Phantom, Bill Jones. Yeah. So what do we want? Indite, Gallite. Parasidium. And Cobalt. Okay, any one of these four is good for what we need. Let's go out there and have a look then. Right, so Omega mining operation here, memes, in the Omega Nebula. If you look on the galaxy map, you'll be able to see this location because it will highlight as a community goal. Anonymous Kellogg, yeah, I do believe the next community goal, not the community goal, but the next waypoint is coming on Sunday, unless they've revealed it already. Pressoidium. Thank you, Trey. Hopefully I said that correct this time. Right, now the good thing about this particular CG is well, it's for mining. And the outpost itself, the mining base, the station where it's set, is already in a asteroid field. It's in a ring system here, so we shouldn't have to travel too far to have a look. You can see some big clouds there where other people have already destroyed some large asteroids with the seismic charges. Oh, I didn't buy limpets. No, you're right, Sorrow. Back we go. And there was me talking about not forgetting the limpets. Let's head back again. Lucky we didn't get too far. At least it gives us a good view of the station from here anyway. Sir Super Death, hello there. Nice to see you here.
Landing permitted. Set down on landing pad 4 and 5.
I'm going a bit fast here and shouldn't be doing this, as this is in a private group and there's a lot of other players around. A little bit unfair if I hit them. So head towards one of the other ring systems. They're none of what we want in this ring system. It's found in the metallic rings in nearby systems. Okay. We'll have a look for that. We'll have Linda gear out. Matt, have I released what my HOTA setup is? I assume that's what you're asking. I've got a Warthog. Everything we need is just outside the station. That's exactly what I was thinking, Shark. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. Did I order my Pimax 5K sociopath? No, I didn't. Anyone in chat got Pimax? I'd be interested to hear what they think of it, especially in for use with Elite. Nikki, no, they're not going to build stations at every waypoint. So what's happening, the idea is that they're collecting the materials at waypoint 2, which is where we're at now. The next community goal, well, the materials that we're collecting right now will be for the construction of the station. But the station's not going to be constructed for a few weeks. That's not going to be until waypoint 7, when there'll be a second community goal, which will be a mining again, but this time it'll be for outfitting the station. So the first community goal is for mining the components needed to construct the station, and the second community goal will be for outfitting the station. So yeah. Ah, trade. Nice to hear that the Pimax is actually good. Hopefully I'll get a chance to test one out at some point. What's the difference between the level 1 and level 2 mining laser? So Exala is just basically that they damage the asteroid a bit faster. They'll shoot chunks off faster. So as Indite here, that's exactly what we want. And in case anyone's wondering, the reason I didn't deploy the Prospector first is because it's just a waste of prospectors. It's much quicker just to shoot a chunk off and see if it's got what you want. And as this one does, we can keep mining. Oh, I can't believe the cargo scoop is still set to hold, not toggle. Right, let's see how long this takes then. Am I in FleetCom? Yes, I'm in FleetCom, and I will be starting from here with on waypoint 2. We haven't really got the power plant or distributor for this amount of mining lasers, to be perfectly honest, but it didn't take long, did it? Okay, thanks Matrix, I'll catch you soon, okay? Yep, this is for the Amiga system. Dan? So Fury, seismic charges, that's for different types of resources to blow the asteroids apart. We can use them, but it won't be getting us what we actually want here today. All that asteroids. Try and say hello. Right, let's hope these limpets don't expire this time. And the tedious activities begin. Yeah, well, it's not too bad. We'll have a bit of fun while we're in chat here on stream. We can talk with each other. Makes it a little bit more interesting, doesn't it? At least I hope so. It's the limpets that have got the tedious job. Back and forward, back and forward. We can just sit and wait for them to do their thing. If they haven't expired again, which They're not coming back. I'm starting to think they have. Yeah, what's going on with those limpets? Come on, limpets. It's not that hard. I collect the stuff myself. Might be because I had the minimal selected. Normally if you've got it selected, yeah, see that one will expire. It's done its job, collected what it needed to collect. It's the other one, which hopefully that should come back. No. Right, I've got nothing selected now. Let's try again. That's a bit better. Probably because I had the stuff selected there. What'll happen is the limpet will just collect what's selected and then just expire because it thinks it's done its job. Can you buy this game, Commander Zorek? You can indeed buy the game. It's actually on sale at the moment over on the Humble Bundle store. It's just, well, it's £5 if you want the base game, or 10 if you want it with the Season Pass expansion. A binary ringed Earth-like. No, I've never found anything like that. Mad? Yeah, limpets can be really suicidal, especially when you break open the asteroids with the seismic charges. They try to fly through the components sometimes and end up damaged, end up wrecked. I always find it interesting to look how much detail Frontier put into this here, with the little parts that you don't normally look at. Nicely, thank you very, very much for that. Appreciated, thank you. I'm glad that you find the content worthwhile. I do try and make some decent videos. Yeah, Shark, let's put that filter on. Good idea. We don't really want bauxite now, do we? We can vent that. No, it's not like it's got everything anyway. Let's move on. Raptor, thank you very much again. You really shouldn't. Very kind of you, thank you. Does the expansion... you have someone asking about the expansion? I'm not really... can't see what anyone's saying there. I see people answering a question about the expansion. Someone must have asked it. So basically, yeah, I do think the Horizons expansion is well worth it. It gives you a lot of extra content that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise. Planetary landing is probably the big thing, but it's by no means the only thing. I'm on Twitch, Bill Jones. I am indeed streaming on Twitch. So Exiler, yes, you'll automatically get a free E-class thruster of the maximum size that can fit your ship. So it's a neat way of getting an extra thruster out this way if you've only got a small one. Zachary points out there that the Humble Bundle sale is only for 1 more hour. So if you're thinking about getting a second copy of Elite, now's a really good time for it. There we go, some mining again. Was I right in hearing a message telling me asteroid depleted? Because it'll tell you how long it's been since I've done mining. It never used to actually say that. Commander Toker, thank you. Thank you very much. Why would you need a second copy of Elite Dangerous? Right, so the current expedition for Distant Worlds is a 20-week long expedition. So it means you're going to be away from inhabited space for 20 weeks. So some people would like a second account purely for that reason. It means you can have one ship out in deep space and another one in inhabited space. That's what I do. Shark Towers, yes, I thought they did only had the shipyard yesterday.
Programming limpet drone. Cargo scoop deployed. Programming limpet drone.
Right, hopefully it's going to ignore the bauxite this time.
Collector limpet expired.
These darn collector limpets.
Programming limpet drone.
Oh yeah, I didn't use my prospector here. That's why I didn't get so much material out of it. No, Cutlass, unfortunately you can't link the accounts if you buy a second copy. You can't share anything between one account and the other, which I think is a bit of a downside, but then again nowadays it doesn't take too long to make credits. It's the engineering that takes a little bit longer. Okay, Howls, I'll catch you soon, okay? So Beldraco, where is the station being constructed? The station's going to be built near Sagittarius A. Sumiko, hey there. Let's put a bit of sound in the background there, bit of music. Let me know if it gets too loud or too overpowering. Oh, Crash, do I reckon they'll leave the shipyard at the Omega mining? I'll imagine they'll leave the shipyard. I don't know if they'll leave all the mining equipment though. Seems strange not for a mining station not to have all the mining equipment though, doesn't it? You'd have thought anywhere called mining would have all the mining items. Explore, Buzzard. The first thing I did when I played Elite was to explore. Back in the beta days, there wasn't a huge amount other to do than that. I think I did trading as well. Oh, and combat, of course. So you think you're going to stay out at the new station after Distant Worlds? I definitely want to stay out here myself. It's one of the reasons I've got a second account again. Because I definitely want to stay out this way. Axontia, hey there. Nice to see you here. I'm glad you finally managed to catch a stream this time. I know things can get pretty hectic. Yeah, we want cobalt. Right, let's not forget the prospector this time.
Programming limpet drone.
Why am I mining? Right, so there's a community goal, Janos.
Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid
And this is part of the Distant Worlds 2 expedition. So what the idea is for is the construction of a space station near Sagittarius A. So we're going to do a little bit of mining here, and then we carry on doing a bit of exploring. I want to head back to some of the points of interest that we actually missed early on. I don't know where Turgeon is, Sharktails, no. Yes, the community goal does require certain materials or minerals. And there's 4. It was indite, gallite, cobalt, and parasidium. We're going to get hit here.
programming limpet drone.
Alright, let's hope this one doesn't expire. Anagon, wow, thank you very, very much. That's very generous of you, very, very kind. I'm glad you like the videos.
Error. Deploy cargo hatch.
Thank you, really appreciate that. Sorry, I'll be back with that in a minute. Okay, yeah, so that limpet is not expiring, I don't think. Hopefully, hopefully we've got it going here. Or we've been trying to correct me on my pronunciation of the mineral there, Trey. I know I'm terrible when it comes to some of these things. Presiodium. Wow, I'm not going to bother. There's some things I just no good with. Names is one of them, as I've said before on stream.
Programming limpet drone.
Presiodemium. There we go. How's that? Wait, this is my actual voice. Metal, yes, this is my actual voice. I think I've got that this time, hopefully. At least until the next time I say it. I should have a little challenge for me to say certain words. See how many of them I can get right. And no, that's not a request. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Alright, let's move on. Let's see if those limpets can keep up. That's the trouble sometimes. If you go too fast, the limpets just disappear. Although the prospector's going to expire anyway, let's hope the collector limpets just keep up with me here. Just call it the materials I need. I like it anonymous. The CG materials. So the music is listed in the video description there, Delrin. Just say aluminum And you'll excite all the North Americans here. Ah, aluminium. Yeah, I know the one. Of course, that is how I would normally say it. Aluminium. Beta is the other one that tends to get people a little bit excited. Oh, there's another one. Beta. There's two words that give me the most comments on YouTube with the pronunciation. First is beta. It's nearly always Americans who tend to wonder what I'm going on about, or people, I guess, who learn English that way. And the other is geysers, those geological surface features, which people tell me is old men. Excited, you want me to turn the music up a bit? I can, but I'm not sure. It looks loud enough on the balance end here. Let me know how everyone else feels about that. What about 0 or O? Laboratory. There's another one. Or laboratory. Yeah, laboratory. Geysers, yeah. We got it all there? How are we doing? Let's have a look. It just takes so long. We don't want the bauxite. Let's abandon that. Right. Toilet is one. Yep. We use toilet over here in the UK rather than bathroom. I'm going to the toilet. I'm not going to the bathroom. We go to the bathroom to have a wash. To get in the bath. Bath or bath, depending on where you are over here. How'd you say Amiga? That's Amiga. Apparently there's some panite in the nearby systems, Raven. I haven't gone looking for it myself. I'm not too interested really in the value of that particular ore. I'm happy to just deliver whatever comes this way. But I don't think... I don't think there's any panite in this particular ring system. I don't worry too much about it in terms of profit, to be perfectly honest. All these are just about helping out with the community goal, at least for me, and getting the tier higher up so the station can actually be built. Now, it used to be the times where Frontier actually had certain unlock requirements, so I'll have a look in a minute, but on the community goal I didn't actually see any text about that. Basically, it used to be that a station wouldn't get built unless you hit a certain tier or a certain level on the community goal. So there's 11 tiers now. For example, the station construction at one point would have only completed or go ahead if we'd hit tier 10, but it seems Frontier have now taken that away because sometimes people just wouldn't hit the community goal, just wouldn't hit the unlock requirements. It's one of the ways at stations, and it still may be the case, stations used to be outfitted, so it would be something like tier 2 would get you just the basic services at the station, tier 3 would get you universal cartographics, tier 4 would get you a shipyard or outfitting, and so on and so forth. I don't think Frontier actually really do it that way anymore. Dark Dally, thank you very much. Very kind of you. Appreciated. And that's the Dark Dally of YouTube fame, I assume. Let me know. I'm pretty sure that that's you. I can't check right now on stream. I don't want to start clicking and opening YouTube channels just yet, but Dark Daily recently started making Elite Dangerous videos. So if you do want to check out some Elite Dangerous videos, heading his way to his YouTube channel might be worthwhile. He's got some pretty decent videos over there. That's Dark Daily, or Dark Dally, over on YouTube. Just search his username in the YouTube search. Again, thank you for that. Yeah, trying to find everything without EDDB, that would be a bit of a nightmare, wouldn't it? Say tomato. Yep. Tomato, potato. We don't say the other one. No, you don't need to shout out Dark Daily, but I often do that anyway. I like to give shout outs to people. I usually do it over on Twitch as well. Anyone who streams and anyone who makes videos on YouTube, if I like the content, I'll give them a shout out. Simple as that, really. It's one of the things behind my 3304 series or 3305 news series now. I'm frequently giving shout outs on that. Actually forgot to launch the prospector again there. EDDB, what's that? So EDDB.io is a website which lists all the stock that stations have. So you can find out outfitting stock, you can find out ship stock, you can find out what commodities stations have got, you can find out a bunch of information. Very, very useful website. In fact, I don't even know if that was the right ore there. So yeah, personally, I'd be absolutely lost without EDDB. What do I think about Raxler? Well, that's a really interesting one, isn't it? For the people who don't know, Raxler is it's a bit of a mystery. There's something in the game. That may be a planet. It may be something else that has apparently existed in the game from the very early days. Now it's been referenced in Elite lore in the past, and no one really knows what it is. There's speculation that it may be some sort of gateway to another galaxy, or another dimension even. And there's speculation that it could just be some sort of technology. No one really knows what Raxler is, and so far no one's actually found it. I keep forgetting the prospectors here. Lipid diet. Oh, we don't actually want any of this stuff, do we? Let's go. So whether or not do I think Raxler's in the game? Frontier have said it is in the game, so I assume it is. I no reason to doubt them on that. But whether or not anyone will ever actually find it, who knows? But wouldn't it be great if it was found on a Distant Worlds expedition? That'd be pretty neat. Hey there, Buck Rabbit. I don't think this one had what I wanted, did it? So is this going to be another Colonia? I assume you mean for the community goal for the station? That's the big question. And personally, I really hope it does become another Colonia. I know there's people who would rather it not, that they'd like Sagittarius A to remain a quiet area, but there's so many quiet areas in the galaxy. And for those that are wondering, Colonia is a second inhabited area. We got the main inhabited bubble around Earth, which is quite a few tens of thousands of systems around there, quite a lot of thousands of systems. About 2 years ago, was it? One of those stations named Jacques Station, as part of the Elite Dangerous story, tried to make a jump across the other side of the galaxy through to Beagle Point. And it was actually a community goal to fuel the station to get it travelling that far. But what happened is that the station didn't actually make it. It went missing for a long while. Until one day it turned up in an area of space right around the middle of the galaxy. The middle edge. And, well, it kind of grew. People discovered it, and it went from there. It became that single station to many, many stations that are out there. Dozens and dozens of them. And that area actually grew and become known as Colonia. So I think that's what's actually going to happen with the new station out of Sagittarius A. At least I hope it does. I'd love to see another area of civilization, a third bubble. What do I think of the Type 10? Well, the thing is, back in the early days when I first started playing Elite, there wasn't that many ships in the game. And the largest ship, I believe at the time, there was the Anaconda and the Type 9 were both there. But that was it. There was no Corvette and no cutter. And ever since then, I actually really liked the Type 9. Played it a lot. And personally, I still do like the Type 10. Although it depends what you're using it for. Personally, for shipping huge volumes of cargo, you can't really go wrong with the Type 9. But Type 10's not a bad ship at all, I don't think, anyway. But, you know, when it comes to combat, I'm not the best of people to ask if you're using the Type 10 for combat, that is. I know not many people probably use it for combat nowadays. That is, fighting Thargoids and whatnot, which is what it was originally designed for. What do you use it for, Dark? Why is there so many prospectors around there? Everyone else probably mining out this way. So, Sumiko, you're actually engineering your Type 10 for combat. Is that general PvE combat or Thargoid or Alien combat? Oh no, the Wanderer. You jettisoned all your Void Opals, I guess. Sorry to hear that. I guess you can scoop them back up again. M. Jackson, thank you very much. Thanks for that. Yep, you can sign up for the mining community goal at the same station that I signed up for here, Omega Mining. Not a lot wrong with Raven fighting the Thargoids in the Type 10. That is what it was designed for. There's probably better options, but, you know, it's not a terrible option. And as Crash Test is pointing out there, Type 10 has the hardest armour in the game. Alright, looks like we're done there. Yeah, Omega Mining instead of Omega Mining, but yeah. I get it, Gabriel. Well, just one of my pronunciations again. What's the jump range on my Crate Phantom? So normally when it's outfitted for exploration, it's 60.2 light years or so. Let's see what it is with all the mining gear on it. So currently 41 light years, but that's because we're outfitted for mining. Raven, does it turn faster than the Type 9? I think the turn rate on all the large ships is pretty terrible, to be honest, engineered or not. Omega Mining, that could be pretty apt, Trey. think they're all on the ignore list there now, aren't they? Yep. What are we up to? Well, we still haven't got a lot. Right, what I'd also like to do on stream today is head on back a few jumps to look at the areas that I bypassed. I sort of rushed ahead to get to the mining community gold, as I wanted to show that on stream, and I wanted to do a bit of a video on it. So I've kind of skipped a few of the points of interest on the journey between waypoint 1 and waypoint 2. So I kind of want to head back that way in a minute, look at Thor's Eye and the Lagoon Nebula. Ah, Commander Null character. Hello there. Yeah, we want some of that. Let's... Anyway, the point I was making there about the exploration point is that I will be heading back. I'm using prospectors when I remember to, but I don't use them before I know what's actually in the asteroid. Otherwise, it's just a bit of a waste. That was pretty quick. Yeah, so as I was saying, exploration. I'm going to head back that way in a minute, unless anyone wants to just keep watching me mining for the next hour, an hour and a half. I think what we're going to do is head back into the station, drop this stuff off, and do a few jumps backwards along the route and see what we can see. No, we're leaving some material behind there. Let's actually collect that bit there. We should do, really, shouldn't we? Thor's Eye is actually a pretty impressive area, I think, personally, David. I can understand why some people might not be so impressed with it, though. I think Frontier still need to do quite a lot of work on black holes, but I think it's worth heading back that way. Buck Rabbit, how do we tell Olympics to ignore stuff? So just come over here. You can see Indite. Go down to the fragment and we can go across and add it to the ignore list if we want. Simple as that. Material iron. We don't need to add that to the ignore list, but we could equally remove stuff from the ignore list by selecting it here as well. As you can see, remove from the ignore list. $2 for 2 more minutes of mining. Well, thank you, Trey. Let's mine one more asteroid then. Let's do one more asteroid over here. Let's see what's over at this one. This is going to be a big, massive asteroid that takes half an hour to mine. Yep, and we got some the stuff we want here. I like it that the prospectors now do the same old scan graphical effect on the asteroid. Yeah, and the ignore illegal option would be pretty nice, Bright Wash. Totally agree with that. Yep, this is old style mining, very much so. Yeah, Adam, I don't know how you're saying about limpets there, but personally I shoot the chunk off the asteroid first just to see what's in the asteroid. I don't waste a limpet by shooting at an asteroid fresh just to find out what's in it. Because limpets are in a limited supply when you've got them on your ship, especially when you're further away from the station, Joe. So much quicker just to shoot a chunk off. And once you know what's in the asteroid, then you can actually mine it. Raven, am I planning on showing the new mining tools this show? I wasn't planning on it, but we'll be back this way in a bit anyway. For the stuff we need in this particular community gold, we don't need to crack the asteroids open. Raptor, thank you very much. 2 more hours of stream. I don't know if we're quite about to manage 2 more hours, but definitely got quite a bit of time left today. And thank you again for that. Thank you very much. You'll keep me here all day and all night. I haven't actually read that Galnet story, The Wanderer. So once we've got this lot, we're definitely going to head back into the station and get ready for a little bit of exploring, I think. Little Hyena, hello there. And Edinburgh, hello to you too. Little Hyena, my day's actually been pretty good, thank you. Hope yours is alright too. Come on, this did end up being an asteroid with a load of stuff in it, didn't it? One more chunk, I think. DJ Truthsayer, hey there, how are you doing? Hope you're all good. Whoa. Hello there, who's this? Commander JK. Nice paint job on the ship there. All doing a bit of mining. I love the jet thrusters on there, the engines. Engine trails are nice. There's one thing I haven't changed on this ship is the engines. I've still got the default ones. Alright, let's go to the station and... Buck Rabbit, I'm in Fleetcom, yep. So what are you up to, DJ? We're just doing a little bit of mining now, but now I'm backtracking along the expedition route because there's a few things I actually missed. And I want to have a look at them on stream with everyone here. Hopefully we can get to Thor's Eye today, it's not too far away. I'm about 5,000 or so light years away from the bubble, so not too far, but just on the first stage of the Distant Worlds expedition at the moment. So we're going to need to change over for our exploration equipment again here. Otherwise, our jump range is a little bit lower than I would really like for this. Yeah, Buck Rabbit, I did actually look about bringing the Diamondback Explorer out for myself here. When I actually first started this account, it was a new account. I didn't expect to be able to get enough credits to bring a crate with me. a Crate Phantom. So Diamondback Explorer was one of the first ships I thought of as well, but it was the limited slot range. That actually kind of put me off.
Landing complete. Dispatching ground crew. Welcome, Commander.
We're heading off for some exploration now. Let's sell this little bit of commodities we've made. So I'm not going to contribute at the moment a huge amount because to the community goal, that is because we need to be here a bit longer for that to make a bit of a dent, but it all adds up, I guess. Let's see what tier this puts me in anyway. Oh wow, DJ, down to less than 200 million. A new engineering, wow. Who convinced you to do that one? Right, if we go to Thor's Eye, check out the single gas giant. It's very photogenic. Okay, great. Always looking for good photo opportunities. How much longer I'm on today, Raven? At least an hour longer? Perhaps a bit more? I was already... Keep going back into the wrong menus here. Right, mission board. I just want to see where we're at with that community goal. I can't imagine I've contributed that much there. Yeah, top 75%, but 7.8 million credits, although that's not really what it's about. So, yeah, I think a bit more of this and we'll end up helping out a fair chunk. But for now, it's back to outfitting and back to exploring. Right, so first thing we're going to need to do is get rid of all these hard points. Do I want to sell them or do I want to store them? I'll tell you what, I'm going to store them. Just in case Frontier decide that they want to close the mining outfitting down here. At least we got them then. I'm going to store the whole lot, I think. So, Kurt, no round table for me tonight. I've actually stepped away from round table for a while. I've got other commitments at that time and haven't been able to get to it. And that's going to be the case for the foreseeable future as well. But I do know Yamix is continuing with the round table and DJ is as well. So if you want to check that out, it's still well worth doing. Oh, we didn't change the core modules, did we? We just changed the... Oh, hang on. Before we can do that, we're going to have to get rid of the limpets. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to sell the cargo bays or the cargo racks. Yes, links, I agree. Buck Rabbit, links to pre-built saves would be pretty good. Save us keep going through all the outfitting like this. Just click exploration build and it switches out to exploration build. I could certainly be happy with something like that. Let's get rid of all this stuff for now then. In fact, I can't even remember what I had in there to start with now. It's always fun to jump back into Elite Dark Daily. I assume you're coming on Distant Worlds 2. Have you been coming along? Right, where were we? Yeah, we definitely want that. Transfer to ship. Hopefully it's still got my SRVs in there. That'd be a bit of a nuisance to be without them. Autofield maintenance unit, yes. Guardian booster, let's not forget that. Probably one of the most important modules on the ship for me. Raptor, I did like your cinematic. Your scoop. What else was there? Got a couple more slots empty here, I know. I knew it. There was a repair limpet, I think, wasn't there? I know I'm coming back this way anyway, so I kind of could go without it, but I want to make sure I've got everything fitted. Did I go past that, the repair limpet? Oh, it's right at the top. And there's a cargo rack as well. Remember that, just a small cargo rack, because you never know when you're out in deep space what you may want to collect. Unless I sold that. Did I sell it? Oh no, it's right again, right at the top. I went right past it. I keep doing the same mistakes there. Right, okay. So we should be back up to scratch here now. We should be back to our full jump range. Largest shield for an Asp Explorer, Ryan, is a 5A, I think. Yeah, we're up to max jump range again. Good. Right. Let's head back then. We're out here at the Omega Nebula, which is the destination of Waypoint 2. But back this way, there's a few other things I actually want to see. So we're going to go and have a look in the Lagoon Nebula here. Won't take too long with the jump range we've got. And then we'll have a look at Thor's Eye as well after that. Because these are basically the places I wanted to look at on the way here. But I kind of rushed ahead so we could have a look at the community goal.
Detach confirmed. Departure authorized.
Whoa, missed that. Sorry, it's that person coming in there. I guess I got a little bit too ahead of myself, zipping out there. Not used to busier areas out in these remote regions of space.
You have cleared. Have a safe trip, Commander.
Oh, should have flown up straight up high here. It would have been a lot easier to get out of Mass Lock. Right, off we go. How many jumps was it, by the way? 22 jumps, so that shouldn't take us too long. Cobra, I can see you having a little bit of a bunny there with the mods. One of the rules here is that you don't argue with the mods. If you don't like it, I'm sure the mods are happy to help you find the exit there. Any of the mods, feel free to do that if you want, if it carries on. So 22 jumps, that shouldn't take us too much longer there. I will have a look en route as well, see if we can find anything interesting, because you never know. It's surprising actually, because you can be out this type of in this type of area, and although it's fairly busy around here nowadays, most of it is actually already explored. You can still actually come across places that haven't been explored. Surprisingly enough, you still can make discoveries out here. Right, so there's places like this, when it's a number of bodies in there, they're always worth a very, very quick look at. You never know what you may find. Oh, we're getting a lot of chat going on here. Let's get a little bit busy in chat nowadays. Crikey, hello there. Yeah, sometimes when you're kind of Raven, when you go out into the external camera, or when you go into another mode like at the FSS, it does go a little bit spammy, the chat, when you jump back in. Anonymous, what's the amount of optional internals the ship can support? Oh, wow, I can't remember off the top of my head. The crate has a good selection of them though. Quite a lot of planets here. So when you see them on the map there, and actually that was one other thing I wanted to show you before we jumped off, was the exploration data I've already gathered. It's only a short journey out this way, but already you can actually get quite a good chunk of money between there and here. Yeah, basically what happens, Raven, is if you go into the FSS, or if you go into the external camera, I believe it also affects the external camera, what happens is that chat doesn't update. So when you come back into regular game mode, you get it all in one go. Kind of the same if you swap to one of the other tab channels here. You'll see it all sort of just spamming. MacDougall, hello there. Hey DJ, nice to see you there. So, engineering your ASP to follow the expedition. What? No, excuse me. What have you got planned for your ASP build? Be interesting to know. You going mainly for jump range, or are you going for quite a big build there? Personally, I just used Felicity Farseer for my crate here. What am I doing to get a 60 light year jump range? So I only used Felicity Farseer, very minimal engineering. Obviously I maximised the jump range on the FSD. I lightweighted the sensors and got the Guardian FSD booster. The FSD booster really is key. Yeah, that gives you another 10 light years or so if you get the largest FSD booster. Well worth having. Yeah, 5H gives you 10.5 light years, so definitely worth having the Guardian booster. It takes a little while to unlock it. $2.5 to 3 hours or so, including time to get out there. It's worth doing. DJ Waterman, if you want the extra jump range, definitely go for the Guardian FSD booster, but it depends if you want to spend the time doing that. It's another good few hours to prepare your ship if you haven't got it unlocked already. But if you haven't got it if you have got it unlocked, definitely go for it. But if you haven't, then yeah, it probably saves you time in the end. 2 seconds, I just need to check on something over here. Okay. Yeah, the 10-year extra on the jump range is definitely worth it. Thank you, Dark Daily. Sorry to be keeping you from your project. So unlocking the supplies for the grade 5 FSD engineered blueprint. One of the best ways to do that is if you want data, go to the Cobra crash site. Commander Jameson, as well, he's a character from Elite Dangerous history. But someone ages ago, a year or so ago I think, found his ship crashed on a planet. I'll see if I can find the location in a minute. And basically if you go there, what will happen is that you can keep scanning the ship and getting data for it. No, not Jameson Memorial, but Commander Jameson's Cobra Mark III crashed ship. And there's actually a load of data there, data beacons. If you keep scanning them, they'll keep giving you data. And you can then go with that data to the material traders and trade it for the data that you need for Felicity Farseer. It'll make it a lot easier than doing it in any other way. Thank you, DJ. I appreciate that. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Chris and DP. So the system where the crashed Anaconda, or the crashed Cobra rather, is at is HIP 12099. So if you head that way, just keep scanning the data on the ship and make it a lot easier to get the data you want. Yeah, and also as Ryan points out there, if you need manufactured materials, go to Dav's Hope. You get a load of stuff there and then trade that in as well. So Lady Cruiser, I'm going to sell data along the way, but selling at the end's also a good idea. But as we get stop off points, it's interesting to see what we've got. So, and also don't forget, that's how you get your discovered by tag. So if you want to actually get any discovery tags, then you may want to sell your data earlier rather than later. Bullet Stop, I think it may well be listed in the codex, the crashed Anaconda. Although I couldn't say for sure. Andre, yeah, I was really surprised to see Frontier have upped the community goal to... Where are we? The community goal to tier 11 already, because it started off at maxing out at 11, tier 8. I guess it's had so much attention on it that it's kind of... Frontier thought they'd try and keep it going a little bit longer. Joe Campbell, is it worth trying to mine for the community gold? If you want to help out, then certainly, yeah. Stuart, yes, I have tried out Star Citizen. You can have a look on my YouTube channel and see my videos for that.
System scan complete.
So Cobra, there will 100% be more paid content. And Dark Daily, Dev's Hope definitely is one of the best. I don't like gathering materials full stop myself, so Dev's Hope and the Crushed Cobra are great ways to do it. But yeah, Cobra, there's definitely going to be paid content coming. Frontier have confirmed there's going to be paid content, and they've actually begun working on it as well. It's going to be the next large update for Elite. No one knows what it is yet. But I wouldn't put an expansion down to greed on Frontier's behalf. If we want more content such as walking around or atmospheric planets, then basically someone's got to pay for that work to be done. So Stuart, yes, there will be a station for outfitting at Waypoint 2. At least there should be. Because basically what's going to happen is that the materials we're gathering today, on today's community goal, are going to be used to construct a station. Oh, you're talking about Waypoint 2. So Waypoint 2 is where we're at right now. So yeah, that you can outfit for mining at Waypoint 2, if that's what you're asking. But if you're talking about community goal 2, there should also be outfitting available there as well. Oh, Lady Crusoe, if you're already out, I wouldn't worry too much about going back. What's your current jump range? It might not be worth going all the way back. The amount of time it's going to take you to travel back and then get back here again, plus the time to collect the extra materials, probably isn't worth it. Cobra, this is your last warning now. I think you're getting very disruptive towards chat. Mods have given you enough warning. So, one more chance. You can stay in, but if not, then the mods are quite happy to help you find your way out, basically. Yeah, Cobra's ever in YouTube, in case you're wondering. How many things have we got here? Right, we've got a load of unexplored things. Let's have a quick look. There's still a bunch of places I've already discovered. We're getting there pretty quick on our way. No worries, Rad. Totally fine over there.
System scan complete.
Well, thank you very much, Stuart. Metallic crystals. I'm hoping that we've got some decent things to find over here in the Lagoon Nebula. Now, thinking about it, there was also some things to find around the mining area, which we could have had a look at, but we'll be there on Sunday anyway, so we'll have a look at them in the next live stream if we don't see them today. But apparently, there's a whole bunch of things in the ring systems in the Omega Nebula. Megahertz, wow, thank you very, very much. Oh, that's super kind. Thank you. Unfortunately, I can't much help you with the beer, though.
Scan complete.
Thank you. Especially sending the beer over to, I assume you're in the US, it might take a while to get the beer there. Tell you what, if we're ever over that way, I'll have to have a pint with you. Thank you. David, thank you and welcome for becoming a member there. Welcome for joining up. Do have a look over on the community tab on the YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel there, because there's a few private posts there for YouTube members, and it'll tell you some of the perks and bonuses you get for being a member. Thank you very much. Cracky, I think I'll be continuing streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. I don't really see any reason to choose one over the other. I'm hoping at some point to get partnered with Twitch, but we'll see how that goes. I did make an application with them at the beginning of the year after completely smashing the partner requirements for Twitch, partnership requirements. I exceeded them by quite a lot. They just told me I needed to reach that goal for 30 days, which I did. I made the application, and after that they moved the goalpost a little bit and said that they'd rather see me do it for 90 days. So we're aiming for that now, and then we'll be making the application again for the Twitch partnership. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. Hey there, Sean. Unfortunately, I'm not accepting friend requests in games or on PlayStation 4 at the moment. Get a bit too many of them, it makes things a bit difficult to manage, but I do have the Discord channel, so that's where you can come and chat with me if you want to do that. And there's a link right there. Yeah, come on over and be happy to chat with you there. I still missed a question early on. What do I think of VR in 2019? Glad to see you in the Discord already, David. I'll make sure you get the permissions set for you for the backers channel there as well. So what do I think for VR in 2019? I assume you mean for Elite Dangerous. For Elite, it's as good as it's ever been. Elite is really something else when it comes to VR. Although I haven't used the more recent headsets, I'm still using the Oculus Rift. I haven't had the chance to try out the Pimax or any of the other high resolution VR headsets yet. Chemical, me streaming in a bikini. That's an interesting idea. Hey there, Colin Mack. Nice to see you here. You watch the streams on your TV, no chat there, unfortunately. Yeah, that is one of the things with the way YouTube tends to work on TV. Although I like watching YouTube on TV as well. Right, very nearly there. Goldfinger, VR for Elite on PlayStation 4. I'd love that as well. My daughter actually got PlayStation VR for Christmas. And there's some pretty neat games on it, actually. And I do think that probably performance is one of the reasons there's no PlayStation VR for the for Elite. It is pretty hard on the CPUs. There's a good idea. Chemical Serenity is suggesting if you watch YouTube live streams on your TV and you can't see the chat, you could always install the app, the YouTube app, or even the Twitch app, depending on what platform you're watching on your phone. That way you can load up the live stream both on TV as well as on the phone and use a chat on phone whilst watching the stream on TV. Nice idea. Yeah, she's loving the VR, Goldfinger. Zaxoosh, yes, I'm taking part in the Distant Worlds live expedition in this live stream. I was actually at the Waypoint 2 mining community goal a moment ago, and right now we're just heading to one of the... we're backtracking a bit, heading to one of the points of interest along the route. Should we wait for the next VR generation? Well, it's a bit difficult for me to answer that one. I haven't tried the other modern headsets yet. A lot of people say that they're really good though, so depending on the support they ultimately end up with, they could well be worth waiting for and using rather than getting one of the Rifts. Alex, where am I heading? I'm heading to the Lagoon Nebula because these are one of the points of interest. On the Distant Worlds expedition, on the way to Waypoint 2. So I've actually backtracked a little bit, just so that we can have a look at these. Let's see where the... see where this waypoint actually... There we go. Just looking on the internet here, looking for the old waypoint list, the forum post from the expedition guys. So the Lagoon Nebula, Herschel 36, there should be something worth looking at right here. Alex, my jump range is 60 light years. Right, so this is what it says about the Lagoon Nebula, which we're at right now. Distinct, and this is from EDSM, the Galactic Mapping Project. In fact, let's quickly switch over and you can have a look on the screen here. So, a distinctive green and orange nebula situated on the near rim of the Norma Arm, approximately 4,500 light years from Sol in the constellation Sagittarius. It is one of only 2 star-forming nebula faintly visible to the naked eye from mid-northern latitudes on Earth. Herschel 36 is the primary star of the Lagoon Nebula. This hot O-type star emanates ultraviolet light, heating and ionizing gas giants on the surface of the nebula. Due to its convenient location, just on the other side of the Sagittarius Gap, the Lagoon Nebula has been used as a waypoint for many explorers travelling towards the galactic core regions. It was first used as a base camp on Distant Worlds 3302, that's the first Distant Worlds, then later for the Sagittarius Carina mission. So, landing site, Tana's Endeavour, orbital body A1A. Okay, let's go have a look at that then. Oh, and again, every time we start that off. Right, so A1A. Maybe we're not in the right system here. Let's try that again. Oh, thank you, Aaron. I'll have to take a look at that. So there's a neutron star right nearby the Lagoon Nebula. Do you happen to know the system name for it? Right. It seems like a bit of a strange system name. Right, so we're going to head there because there's no planets in this system. This system is the primary star of the nebula, apparently. Herschel 36. Let's have a bit of a look outside though. Just look at those interesting colours there. Okay, thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that. The brightness of that star. Really? Where is it? There it is. So the primary star then of this nebula, Herschel 36, there's no planets in this system unfortunately, so we're going to have to move on. It's only one jump though. Decode, thank you very, very much. I'm glad you liked it. There's plenty more to come on that series, although they probably won't come too often because they take a fair bit of time to put together. So Alex, I'm using a Warthog, HOTAS Thrustmaster Warthog. I think it is the Tactical Ice paint job, Joe, yeah. Sergeant Stubby, exactly where I'm heading towards, the base camp of Distant Worlds 1. Tena's Landing, or Tena's Endeavour. Orbital body A1A, so we're right nearby. We're getting some rather epic music there in the background, a little bit out of pace with what we're doing here. No worries though. Did I do a discovery scan there? I don't remember hearing the honk. I didn't. Right, 37 bodies. We want to go to A1A. So star A, planet 1, moon A. Which should be this one here. So this is actually really nice. I remember landing here on Distant Worlds 1. And it was one of the, I think it was first or second waypoint. Waypoints were a little bit closer together, I guess, back then. I remember landing here in Waypoint 1. Not in Waypoint 1, but Distant Worlds 1. Some fantastic scenery if you're in the right location for the gas giant, which hangs pretty low on the horizon there. We've got some coordinates, -1270, so I guess they're not actually going to be on the planet here. We're probably going to have to fly down manually, so I'll try and do that. There's a geological site near the pole. Oh, thank you, Stubby. We'll have a look at that then. I was also going to land near the old coordinates of Distant Worlds 1. Let's do a planetary scan here, though, and see how many geological sites there actually are. It's actually nice because this planet isn't, or this moon rather, isn't hanging super close to the plane of the ring. It's slightly off axis, which means you get some more sort of interesting visuals. Let's see if we can do it in 6. Dylan, no, I haven't had a problem with orbital lines looking jagged. But sometimes certain graphical effects do look jagged. There's a decent shot here in this, I think, isn't there? It's very unusual to see a moon off axis to the rings. Normally they orbit on the same plane as the rings of their parent body. But the ones that are off axis sort of always give you a slightly better view, because obviously when you're down on the planet, you get to see the ring system as well. So as Sergeant Stubby pointed out there in chat, we want to look at one of these on the pole. Hopefully, actually, possibly there. Oh, let's try that one first. Oh, it depends if they're too far around the other side. I'd like to get them in the dark area of the planet. Let's try there. Raven, yeah, 46 geological sites, pretty neat. Kraylog, hello there. How you doing? Quite an interesting looking planet to start with anyway. See if we can get a bit of footage there before it goes into glide mode. You can hear it about to drop out and go into glide mode. I'm going to actually pull up and go to another geological site, because once we're down that low we're not going to see much. Try over there. Yeah, it looks like they're just moving around a bit, Sergeant Stubby, so... yeah, some opportunities here, David, for canyon running. The other place, the maze, along the route here is a much better place for canyon running. Some seriously deep canyons there. We saw some of them on Friday's live stream? No, we're Friday today, Wednesday's live stream. Thank you, Silenced. You haven't played the game since spring of 2017. Wow, there you're going to see a lot of changes in the game since then, that's for sure. Yep, MN, I'm just doing some Distant Worlds 2 progress. I've actually been all the way to the waypoint 2, where we did a bit of mining, and I'm backtracking a bit just to look at the sites that I missed along the way, but it's not too far. That's the planet, David. Fantastic site there. Alright. Let's see if we can see that planet there. Ah, perfect. Exactly what we wanted. And these are venting pretty well, aren't they? Sometimes they sort of sputter out, and that other little one there. These are probably lose pressure soon. And see if we can land nearby. There we go. Perfect spot. See what we got. Not bad. Though I thought the planet was off to the other side there. I kind of got myself turned around a bit there. So these locations can actually look a lot different if you come round at night, obviously. We'll actually go around to the other side of the planet at the moment, see if we can see see if it's actually in the dark side of the planet. We may be able to see the gas giant from there as well. Shame that big hill's in the way. We'll have a look at another site as well. This is actually the Crate Phantom. Run, see. Let's get out and drive around for a few minutes.
Drive assist on. Low gravity warning.
Yeah, the lighting's quite harsh here, which I think is having a kind of negative effect. Really nice location, but sometimes the harsh lighting has a way of making some of these areas looking a little bit kind of plasticky, like it has on the hills there. I think it's because these are rocky ice areas. As we're getting closer to the hill there, we can't see the planet in the distance anymore. Yeah, there's a lot changed in the last 8 months. Very droll, Andre. Yeah, I mean, I kind of wish that the camera would bounce off of surfaces rather than clip through them, but well, this is when those cliffs look way larger when you actually try to climb them than they do from a distance. One rookie, you want to get to the Horsehead Nebula, you can do that. If you're in around Sol or the Bubble, just plot a course to the Witchhead Nebula, and then from there to Easy Orionis, and then from there you should be able to get to the Horsehead Nebula. Due to all the permit locks, you have to go around the houses a little bit. I basically can't always fly straight to the Horsehead Nebula. You won't be able to get right in the Horsehead Nebula either because of the permit locks around it, but you'll be able to get very, very close. There we go, a little bit of a... Going back down will be fun, amen. Those rings. Raptor, welcome back. Exiler, thank you very, very much. Appreciate that. Jump from space into the highest point. Okay. Let's get some screenshots first of all. Not some screenshots, but some footage. And then we go and do a bit of jumping or base jumping. Come on, SRV, stay still. Kind of looks odd with the SRV moving forward very slowly like that, doesn't it? Let's keep it in. Let's put the handbrake on and try that again. Well, no one really knows why there's permit locks around the Coal 70 sector. They weren't always there. They weren't there in the early days. There we go. It's a little bit better, isn't it? Oh, whoa. A little bit too close. I'm not doing the creator round table, Dave. I can't actually make the time anymore. But I do believe that Yamix may be doing one. Tomster, station building. So there's a community goal on the long distant worlds route for collecting materials for building a station out near Sagittarius A. And we were actually there earlier on in the stream doing a bit of mining, getting the stuff built. Getting the stuff collected rather for the building of the station. Right, so are we going to jump off the cliff here? I think we can manage that one, can't we? Alternatively, let's shoot through one of these vents. Up we go then. We're going to go shoot into that water vent in a second. We'll see how high we get up. How's that, Exiler? This one. See how high it shoots us. Not too much. 80 kilometers. I was actually hoping for a bit more than that. Let's see if we can glide down to the floor of the canyon though. Shan! Yeah, we're going good here, thanks. Having a look at some of the old Distant Worlds 1 landing points. Let's try this again. How are you doing, Shan? All sorts of doing a little bit of mining early on. Let's see how this shoots up a bit higher. That's a bit better. Outpacing the ship there. Doug Daly, thank you very much. Appreciate that, and I'm glad you like the footage there. It's a stunning location. I remember this area from Distant Worlds 2. Oh, I'm so far away. My ship's leaving without me now. My ship's coming to get me. Is it going to crash into me? That'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? Oh wow! If my ship had crashed into me, that would have been an absolute best. All right. Well, we didn't quite make that into orbit. – 3.5 kilometers up, nearly. That would have been really good, wouldn't it, if the ship had hit into me? It'll probably explode on contact with the ground here. Come on, quick, 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 get around. Let's see if we can... There we go. This would be worth exploding for. Whoa, look at that. 11% left. Nothing after bouncing like that, though. Yeah, I know I was going to hit the ground hard there, Raptor, but it was worth it for that that bit of footage. I actually thought I was going to explode there. Totally didn't expect to survive. There we go. That would have actually been worth exploding for there. Paul Francis, thank you very much. Cheers. Oh, well, glad you're enjoying the stream. It's a shame you're not coming along on the voyage as well. But thank you for that. Very much appreciated. And it's I'll do a quick repair here. Was that an AFM refill? No, it was a repair. I thought I did the wrong thing there. Yeah, Shan, there is a shipyard in the Omega station now. They actually put one in yesterday. I've actually transferred my Vulture out there. It's about 15 hours travel time. Cost 3.5 million. Well, they've outfitted all the... They've got all the mining equipment out there now and added a shipyard as well, which is pretty handy. And perhaps they did change it today. I didn't look yesterday, so I don't know. Yeah, and you're right, you still can't get the SRV replacements at the Omega station either, so... But it would have been worth it. We're not so far along at the moment now that it would be impossible to replace an SRV. You're welcome, Exiler. And thanks, Raptor. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad we landed. I didn't expect to. I thought I was going to lose the SRV, but... I've got that red dust we're kicking up there. I'd imagine, Shannon, it'd be pretty expensive transferring the cutter out to the mining station, yeah. Although it's still fairly low, it's not as far as Colonia yet. So Noob, on the PlayStation 4, I actually play with a PlayStation 4 controller. I think the game is really well optimised for a gamepad. I actually use, when I sometimes play Elite on my laptop as well, I use an Xbox pad for that. Yeah, Raptor, don't keep doing that. Very much appreciated, but... Thank you. There's a nice shot there, I think. What are we hitting in the ship's leg? Yeah, the 6-axis head look on PlayStation 4 is fantastic. It's really a great addition to the game. I don't know if anyone has tried it before. Who's got PlayStation or hasn't got PlayStation, have you seen it in action? But essentially what it is that the PlayStation 4 controller has got there's motion controller in it. So basically, if you tilt the gamepad on its axis, so any one of its 6 axes, that actually counts as input on the PlayStation. And what Frontier have done is map that to head look. So basically, you get a third stick, a third way of actually controlling the head look. So even while you're flying the ship around with the 2 normal thumbsticks, you've got the third way of actually controlling the head look. Yep, Raven, I am on HOTUS right now. Scorpion, thank you very much for that. Thank you. Another bro. So I don't know when, how long the expedition's sitting for on this waypoint. Does anyone know when we're leaving for the next waypoint? Is it this week or is it next week? I've never actually used dual stick, Jeff. Yeah, totally agree, Dark Daily. The Xbox One controller works really well for the game. I think Frontier have done a very good job with controller inputs or gamepad inputs. Raptor, so it is leaving this Sunday. I thought so. Yep, the community goal is nearly done, Shan. Frontier keep adding extra tiers to it. VA Grant, glad you liked the video, thank you. There'll be plenty more in that series on the way. So Pale Gringo, Fleetcom can indeed mine for a week. The community goal is there for a week, which is why I questioned the departure time. I didn't know if it was actually this Sunday or next Sunday due to that community goal. Alright, so I've got some people saying that we're leaving on the 27th, which will be next Sunday. So the departure isn't this Sunday? Is it next Sunday? Oh, I'm getting confused. 73 million to transfer the cutter, Shan. Expensive. You gonna go for it? I've been told, Raptor, over on Twitch that it's the 27th, the departure, not this Sunday. I don't think it's a new waypoint every week. Thank you, Raven. Yeah, next Sunday. Okay, then. Thank you. I honestly thought it was this week we were leaving as well for the next waypoint. So basically, we're spending a week in the Omega Nebula. Right, that's where we want to look at one of these sites over here in the dark. Tenko, what happened to Cobra Commander? Good memory there. So Cobra Commander is actually out in the Formidine Rift at the moment. If anyone wondering, Cobra Commander is one of my other Elite Dangerous accounts. I've got a number of them. I've got one out near Beagle Point, another one at Colonia, and this one obviously here. Cobra Commander is one of the older ones who stuck out by the Formidine Rift. I was actually going to use Cobra Commander for Distant Worlds 2 and decided against it in the end. But very nearly did. Yeah, we got a player there. And a Great Phantom, Commander Deck Narrow. Well, hello there. Checking out Commander Deck Narrow there has caused me to overshoot the target again. Let's shoot back round. What one am I going to land at? This I haven't got it selected, that's why. Oh, really helps if you've got these locations selected, doesn't it? Another one here. We're running out of time for this. Just trying to find a good geological site before we get into glide mode here. Okay, well, let's go for the closest one then, which is the one I had selected initially. Mr. Martial Art, yeah, I'm doing well, thanks. I hope you're okay. Right, we're on a bit of night vision here, I think. But unfortunately, the gas giant isn't quite as low in orbit as I was hoping it to be. Looks like quite rough ground here. I don't think we're going to be able to. Oh no, yeah, we can. Always overshoot these spots. Come on, we can get down here. There we go. And a little bit too high in the sky there. Oh no, 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 no. That's not bad, is it? Yeah. Quite atmospheric there, isn't it? The camera doesn't like that. Oh, come on, camera, don't spoil sport. Wonder what's blocking the view there. Right, I think this is where we're going to leave this live stream, on this location right here. Actually, I will do one more thing. We get out and just drive over to that fumarole there, I think. Raven, I'm not on 4K. We're coming pretty close to the end of my time on here today. Unfortunately, it's been a really great stream. Enjoying all the sights out here. Alright, maybe we're about to get a slightly better screenshot here. I see what was happening early on. On screenshot of footage, we was dipping into that hill behind me. Ah, look at that, it's just expired. The vent stopped just as we get here. Not to worry. So it expires. I'm not on the round table for the moment, probably not for the foreseeable future, as I can't commit to that time anymore, which is why I've actually got to leave right now. Normally we used to do the round table and I'd be around till 9 o'clock UK time, 9 PM. But I can't make those sort of times anymore, which is why I actually stream a little bit earlier, and I stream on my own. So unfortunate, but that's the way it is for now. But at least we still get to do these live streams, which are pretty nice. So yeah, I'm going to head off now. Thank you everyone for stopping along. It's been a great stream. I do want to give a few shout outs as well for the wonderful donations. Also thank you to Matt Kelland and Lucas CH for becoming members earlier today. Thank you to Brian and Orion for donations there. Thank you very much, Raptor. You did that plenty of times there, and it's very much appreciated. Thank you. Also, thank you for all your help there. Big help. Same with all the other mods. Dark Daily, thank you very much. M. Jackson. Trey Harris, thank you very much. Thank you for your help as well. David, thank you for becoming a member, and welcome there. Don't forget, if you're a new member, do check out the community section over on my YouTube channel. Dark Daily, thank you again. And Scorpion, thank you. And of course, for the people over on Twitch, Paul Francis, thank you very much. Exiler, thank you. Megahertz, thank you very, very much for that. That was extremely kind and extremely generous of you. And yeah, sad to hear you're out of beer there. Hopefully something gets sorted out about that. Phoenix Fire, thank you very much. And great to see you here, by the way. I'm not actually sure I caught you on, gave you a shout out on stream there. So apologies if I actually missed a shout out to you there. Commander Anagon, thank you very much as well. Again, very, very generous, very, very kind of you. Massively appreciated. Thank you. Commander Toka, Isley, and yeah, thank you both very much. So nice seeing you all again. Nice sharing the journey out here. For the next stream, which was on Sunday, we'll head towards Thor's Eye. Oh, and the fumarole's coming back on there. Just in time. Thank you, Mr. Fumarole. So yeah, for the next live stream, we'll head towards Thor's Eye, I think, and have a look at a couple of the other points of interest. And then we'll head back to Waypoint 2 and see how the community goal's going along. So again, thank you very much. If you're over on Twitch, let's find someone to go and raid. Who are we going to raid? Just checking who's about on there. Okay, I think we go and raid Bognogus today. It's always fun. Well, there we go. So again, thank you very much. I'll catch you all soon. And yeah, I'll catch you Sunday. Take care.